Enjoy this video, Vandegar, because you're a collaborator. You're a predator, but you're weak because you hide behind other people that are willing to use violence for a paycheck. You don't have the strength to do it yourself in this world, so you have to have other people do it for you. And I think you're a criminal, and I think you deserve to be in jail, and I really hope that you will be one day, and that I'm working a great deal of energy in my life over the next 10 years to make sure that people like you will end up in jail, that you will be held accountable for these actions, and that it will happen someday. Every single judge.
Right? Are you now, or have you ever been under treatment for a mental illness or an emotional disability?
Are you now, or have you ever been under mental treatment or emotional disability? What human being? Let's see. If there are human beings out there who haven't, I'll show you a human being who should have been. Okay? You don't get through a few decades in life without hitting some bumps along the road. And that question is a loaded question. Do you know what that means? It's damned if you do and damned if you don't. Okay? It's bullshit. It is total and complete bullshit. That's all that question is. It is oppressive. It is none of their fucking business, Vandegar.
I find that offensive.
All right, we're done.
But no.
No, we're done.
See, so I said, I find that offensive. She goes, oh, we're done. I'm like, no. She goes, oh, we're done. All right? Now, what judge would do that? Oh, we're done. I'm ending this right now. Because you said my question was offensive. Excuse me? I don't need your lawyer. And I have a right to a meaningful hearing. Apparently. No, I don't. Because you know what? Anyone who's listening to this, if you're someone who has believed in the Constitution, please consider not believing in it anymore. Okay? Go listen to some, go read some Lysander Spooner, The Constitution of No Authority. Okay? This Constitution is worthless. Stop calling on it. Stop using it. Stop being a constitutionalist. It is a hustle of a document. And when you use it, you are saying, I'm only smart enough to see the roses, but I'm not smart enough to see the hustle. It is a hustle. And if you knew legalese, you would know that. You would recognize it. But if you don't know legalese, then you won't recognize it. The Constitution is garbage. This country is not a free one. These judges are criminals and deserve to be jailed, and we're all pussies. It hasn't happened yet. Period.
If I would have known I couldn't say that, I would have said that.
We're done. I'm giving you a new...
So I said, if I would have known I couldn't say that, meaning the word offensive. I said, if I would have known I couldn't have said that, I wouldn't have said that. I just tried to get her to stop trying to stop this hearing. I want this hearing to go further.
I object to that.
So she goes, no, that's it. I'm just going to set a court date. So I say, I object to that.
Okay.
She says, I understand. Now at this point, things are getting aggravated. Brand new judge I haven't seen before, don't know any history on. And they just threw me in jail for 4 hours on March 7th. After my hearing was over, they did not have a problem with me. Only when I got up, turned around, and started complaining loud enough for my friend to hear, and they heard the word hell and shit, did they decide, Judge Takasi decide to hold me in contempt. Well, she didn't decide to do it until I was already out the door. And then she sent a goon after me. And Frida threatened me with contempt just for interrupting him when he interrupted me 20 times to 5. So you never know with these people. I'm not going to jail for this community, like I said.
It's not personal, you know.
I understand.
Okay.
So I said, yo, it's not personal. And she goes, I understand. Because I'm just about to go somewhere and I want her to return back to baseline. You follow? I don't actually mean that. Jesus. It is very personal. Obviously it's personal. When you treat me like a piece of shit, you try to rule over me, absent evidence of jurisdiction. It's very personal.
Let me look for one now. Okay.
Do I have a right to a meaningful hearing today?
I'm going to ask you to wait for a moment.
So out of the blue, I go, do I have a right to a meaningful hearing today? Because that means you get to make progress. And obviously she's not allowing me to make a bit of progress. And it's not because Damir Kuliev isn't here. It's because I won't give up my right and waver to counsel by answering her ridiculous privacy-invading questions that have no bearing on the case whatsoever.
Until we can give you the intake.
So now I have to wait a long time, because she says, "We're just gonna hold on a minute until you get a date," and I'm not about to interrupt her. You know, I'm fine. I'll wait for your stupid date, and they're gonna take forever. Do 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 do. I'm sitting there going, this. I know if I say something, she's gonna do, yeah, contempt. I'm gonna warn you. I'm like, oh.
Can I have it as soon as possible, please?
And she says, June something, and I said, can I get it as soon as possible, please?
I'm already 13 months into this, and no 6-month speedy trial is being respected.
I'm already 13 months into this, and no 6-month speedy trial is being respected. And as you notice, oh, she doesn't like getting that on the transcript. She interrupts me right there at the end, because she gets pissed. She can't let that kind of effective statement go on the transcript without interrupting it. Oh, hell no.
Just a moment, please, all right?
Oh, just a moment, please, all right? And that means stop talking, stop making effective statements like that, so I can sit here and do nothing while we order you, force you under threat of violence to another hearing. I am going to lay in to the county council in 2 weeks. I was just as nice as could be. I'm going to lay into them, and I'm going to send them this recording and say, this is what's going. You wonder why I complain so much? This is why. This is why. So I'm going to be making a video soon. This audio is going to be going to the county council. I'm going to say, and the reason why I'm complaining so much about your prosecutor's office is because they just stand still while this shit goes on. And they're supposed to be part of a balanced, independent, fair, impartial decision-making process. And judiciary, are they? No. They take our stolen money, they steal from you, and fund class warfare. And it's disgusting. It has a unique brand of disgusting on this island. The human bureaucrats, the government here is it's uniquely disgusting and has racist elements to it. For sure. It's the most beautiful paradise I have ever seen. Just stay in nature, stay away from bureaucrats and the government here, for sure. It's a weird dichotomy. You can't complain overall, it's still paradise, don't get me wrong. So we're waiting for this damn date of May that they could have given me originally, but they try and stretch it out 2 months, for fuck's sakes. I'm just going to put an F-bomb warning on this whole video, because it's my own hearing, so it's going to be F-bombed out. Come on, lady. Hurry up, goddammit. Can't say shit. She's going to be interrupting. Stop interrupting me! I'll throw you in contempt. I'll throw you in a jail and take your fingerprints and take your picture. And if you don't give it to us, I'll leave you in there for 30 days, like Takasi just did. Because that's how we roll here in Hilo. Aloha. Aloha, motherfuckers. Has nothing to do with this Hilo courthouse.
May 9th, 1:30.
May 9th at 1:30. Who wants to be there? That's where my body will be.
Just a moment, sir. I'm ordering you to be.
I'm like, and she leaves off the courtroom, so I'm like, what? I'm writing this down. What courtroom? And just a moment, sir. And then she tells me the courtroom. Jesus.
Here in this courtroom, May 9th at 1:30. The court is also issuing an order to show cause to Mr. Cooley.
Woo! This was the interesting good part. So she orders me, fuck you, bitch, to come back here May 9th, whatever, 1:30. Haha, that's going to be a fun one. And then she orders Demir Kuliev to show cause as to why he wasn't here. Uh-oh, somebody's in trouble.
As to why he was not present here today in that order to show
As to why he was not present here today in that order?
cause will be set for the same date and time.
Needs to show cause and set a day and time or something, shit like that.
All right?
I'd like to verbally motion to strike the plea.
Ah, here's a whole nother tactic I get in. I'd like to enter verbal motion to strike the plea. Keep in mind, I made the plea over a year ago before I knew any of this Mark Stevens stuff and was like kind of, in self-pity mode for 3 weeks and was just like, whatever, fuck. Take a lawyer and I'm not guilty, I'll figure it out later. And I did, didn't I? Oh, didn't I? I sure figured it out.
Because when it was entered initially 13 months ago, that public defender, I had recorded in the act as unethically.
So I'm saying that plea was entered 13 months ago. I had a public defender. I recorded him. He acted unethically.
Sanctioned by the state.
And he got sanctioned by the state.
I didn't know or was informed of what I was doing.
I didn't know, nor was I informed of what I was doing.
But this is verbally strike the plea.
So I verbally moved to strike the plea.
I've gone over your record of your case, and I think Judge Bailiff
I've gone over your case or notes or history or whatever.
told me you need to make motions in writing.
And you need to make motions in writing. So she's basically saying no and denying it. And then this is what Takasi does. This is a tactic what they do, okay? They don't want to deal with the verbal plea, so they force you to make a written one, thinking that they'll be able to pick apart your written one. It'll be on the record and they'll be justified so they can shoot it down. So they can't shoot it down verbally, so they'll shoot it down on the written. They don't have a right to force you to make a written one, though. They don't have a right to do that. So fuck you. I'm not going to make any more written motions. I'm just going to come back to the next one with more verbal motions. And if you don't, the jury's going to see that too. And you know what? I'm getting a lot closer to getting the federal lawsuit done. A lot closer, Vandegar. And I'm going to win either way, and here's why. If I win the money, I win the money. If I don't win the money, the jury knows. And something's going to go viral on YouTube. What if a vacationer came here, got a ticket, speeding ticket that of his friends, decided, oh, what the hell, let's go into the courthouse and pay it, I'm going to learn about some American justice system. And I just happened to walk in chains. And he was moved by that. And he contacted me. And he bought all the videos. And he bribed one of your bureaucrats to get it for him. And he's the one making all this. You ever think about that? These people are up against more than what they know. And I'm not going to fill in all the blanks for them. We don't have to shoot bullets. We get to shoot footage. And that is more effective than anyone has yet seen. Okay? Technologies are coming out, and capabilities are coming out. And the rule of these tyrants is almost over. Equality's making a bounce back, and it's going to happen. It's just a matter of time.
So I choose to make it verbally.
Court is not going to entertain it. So
Oh, she said, well, you got to do it a written motion. And I said, I choose to do it as a verbal plea. And she said, well, the court is not going to accept it.
court's in recess.
And then court's in recess, bang, and this is where she runs.
Make your motion in writing.
And as she walks away, make your motion in writing, sir.
Can I get bail money?
All right.
And so then I say, as she's leaving, can I get bail? Because that was the next issue on my thing, right? Because they still kept bail. It's only $50 bail. That's why I don't even worry about it all this time. But they still, you know, I show up, they just keep my $50. They never give your money back to you unless you ask for it. They don't bring it up, and it's only $50. Only $50. So that's where she ran off. Let's just play that sequence again, uninterrupted.
You need to make motions in writing.
So I choose to make it verbally.
Court is not going to entertain it. So court's in recess. Make your motion in writing.
So the reason why it's in recess and, you know, instead of next case is because, yeah, it was the last case. So that's why she's, oh, done, never come back. That's her work day. Goodbye. God bless America. That's what I say at the end here.
All right.
God bless America.
As I was gathering up my papers, so all the lawyers around and everybody, the bailiff could hear, I'm just like, God bless America, because, you know, they can see, they can hear, especially the bailiffs. I can't even say what the bailiffs say to me, okay, when it's just me and the bailiff, and they're like, so what's this all about? I won't tell you what the bailiffs say, but people see. People know what the fuck's going on. People know, so enjoy this video, Vandegar, because you're a collaborator. You're a predator, but you're weak because you hide behind other people that are willing to use violence for a paycheck. You don't have the strength to do it yourself in this world, so you have to have other people do it for you. And I think you're a criminal, and I think you deserve to be in jail, and I really hope that you will be one day, and that I'm working a great deal of energy in my life over the next 10 years to make sure that people like you will end up in jail, that you will be held accountable for these actions, and that it will happen someday. Every single judge